We're starting up the new TV. All the new TV series are going to start kicking out right away here.
Yeah,
and I was just reading today that they. I didn't even know this, but Red Tornado is going to be in the new Supergirl.
Yeah, that's announced a while back.
You know what? I had enough of your shit.
Is Red Tornado like actually really powerful?
He's a robot.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Is he really powerful?
Yeah.
Ultron.
Is he really powerful? He wears red.
He's got to be pretty badass if he wears red.
Well, I don't really know a whole lot about Red Tornado, so I thought it was kind of obscure that he's going to be...
Yeah, that's just it, right? But like he's in Young Justice.
Yep.
He's one of like the main big hitters.
Yeah, he's part of the like expanded Justice League.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is weird because like I'd never heard of it.
See, with Justice League villains, you have the Lex Luthor, the Jokers, that kind of stuff, right? And you have like the Brainiacs, all those kind of things that are difficult to deal with. So villains like Red Tornado and stuff like that, they really don't get the front center. And I think what they're trying to do is...
Red Tornado's a good guy.
Oh, see, I don't even know that.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I would have like.
Oh,
if you'd asked me
no,
a
I'm
month
thinking of
ago.
someone completely different.
Red Hood?
Here, I'll...
Get off of this.
You're the worst comic fanboy ever.
Yeah, you're worse than me, Kelly. At least I can bullshit and not look foolish.
You guys don't know shit.
They with Arrow too, they've also been teasing Coast City, which for a lot of people out there who don't know, I don't know, there's a lot of people out there who don't know this, but it is the home to Green Lantern.
Oh,
So maybe, just maybe, we might get to see the Emerald Archer team up with the Green Lantern.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool because he's the only character that they said that's off limits is basically Superman and Batman.
So do you think Sinestro should make an appearance then too?
He very well could.
That'd be sick.
And then they have, and then Flash, I mean, you got all the different Flashes that are going to show up in that world.
yeah.
Which is kind of, I don't know how that's going to play. I don't know how I feel about it, because it just seems like too soon.
Did you hear who's playing Professor Zoom?
Yes. Well, the voice.
Yes,
He's the voice.
yes, I guess he's the voice, but still.
Yes.
Who is the voice?
Oh.
Tony Todd, the original Candyman.
Ooh.
Really?
And the creepy, I guess you would call him janitor from Final Destination.
I am your Candyman.
I don't
Take you
know
to
if that's the
Candyland.
one.
Take you to Candyland.
No, that's kind of interesting to see that. He hasn't been... What has he even done since Candyman?
I think he's been in a few TV shows.
He makes sporadic appearances. He's very low-key.
Yeah, that's exactly it, right? Like, he just seemed to kind of... Not that Candyman was a big production, but he kind of fell off.
And segueing from the from the Candyman.
Don't use that as a segue.
I'm going to segue. Wes Craven passed away.
To see how many cosplayers all of a sudden decide to do Freddy Krueger in memory of Wes Craven.
Yeah. No, that was a
Scream.
shitty moment when I read that. I found out just like on Facebook.
Well, I mean, it's just like first Yvonne Craig, then Route 29 Batman, and now we lost Wes Craven. I mean, I guess it is, it is that time. They all are getting up in age.
He was 76.
Hey, man.
And Road 29 Batman was 51.
I'm going to get past my 60s on my side of the
just
family.
saying. Like, these are not old guys.
Hey, man, if I make it to 60, I lived a good life.
It's been a good life.
Not going there.
I don't know, I had to put up with it.
I'm awesome. I'm your favorite half between the bunch that you know.
That's true. That's right, Butternuts. You heard it here.
No, yeah, that was a
Classic.
shitty moment though when Wes Craven passed. But I mean, it happens,
Yeah.
and he will be remembered fondly for sure for a long, long time.
Oh, yeah.
So that's good for him.
Well, I mean, he
Was-
he gave us Freddy Krueger.
He gave us nightmares for generations.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was
Last House on the Left
Ghostface
and The
Killer.
Hills Have Eyes.
And Scream.
the Ghostface Killer from Scream. That spawned a TV show on MTV, what was god-awful.
Everything that.
But
was on
it
was related
also
on
it also
MTV.
spawned a scary movie. And the first two scary movies were fantastic.
Yeah.
The
The
Wayans
third scary
brothers
movie
were
had
that.
the best moment.
It's because the Wayans brothers were a part of it. They make things funny.
I second that.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of MTV, there's a new TV series coming out called the Shannara Chronicles. Apparently, it's based off a book, but it's got Manu Bennett in it.
Yeah, it's actually.
I watched the trailer for it. It looks fucking good.
Well, Mano Bennett's so
Well, it's like
badass, right?
it's like a crazy fantasy TV show, and it looks awesome.
Wow.
And I mean, I like Teen Wolf, so hey, Teen Wolf is like one of the only decent werewolf TV shows out there.
You just wanted to throw it there. I like.
And once again, we have got Kelly to quit the
Kelly,
cast.
watched it? Have you ever watched Teen Wolf?
Who are you talking?
He's talking to you, Jared.
I haven't.
Hey, have you ever watched it?
This is a trick question.
Yeah, there is no right answer.
If I say no, he's gonna be like, "Well, you give it a chance." If you say yes,
That's
you know.
It's a loaded question, Kelly. Have you watched it?
I can nor what is it that they say off of Mission Impossible? I can nor say yes or no to this question.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, thank you. I can't confirm or deny.
Good thing we have someone
I've
here
seen.
who knows his shit.
That was a terrible laugh.
Fool me once.
I'm
shame
sorry.
on you.
Time with your terrible laugh.
That's true. That was a bad time.
That
That
was
was also
right up there.
That was also a terrible time talking about the Robins.
I couldn't believe he didn't even see that one coming. I could just see him walking right into it.
So I was talking about the different Robins that I like from Batman. And I had mentioned that Jason Todd was, he's one of my favorites, but I will always love Dick.
Phrasing.
I forgot to add the Grayson to the end of it.
Oh,
Do you know what's
I hit the
awesome?
floor laughing.
Now we have that little snippet of sound recorded.
Yeah.
I love Dick.
We can always.
You're not allowed to go anywhere near the stuff for my wedding.
This is
On
Eric.
the-
He is one of our friends who loves Dick.
Yeah, let me tell you just how I know
Send
that.
me a list.
That's funny.
Yeah, DJ, I need you to put this on loop.
The worst part is
I will always love Dick. I will always love Dick. I will always love Dick.
the guy who was DJing for me probably would.
That's so awesome.
Moving on. So is anyone actually excited for the season 2 of Gotham?
I got through 2 episodes. I just can't. I
I don't know how I got a second season.
Wow, is it?
Just looks Dick.
Like it is a horrible movie or TV series.
Summarize it
TV
right there.
Yeah,
Just looks Dick.
There's just so much going on about it that there's so many things you
How-
can pinpoint that's wrong with the show.
Here's the thing. Here's my opinion on it. If you're gonna do something like Jim Gordon and going against all these crime things, don't have Batman villains. Don't have new unique ones that he's trying to go after. Because if you're bringing in the Joker, or Penguin, you might as well have Batman in there because he's one of the ones that created Joker, right, with the Red Hood. The healers.
Well,
There's so much.
That's not a confirmed origin. That's a origin. They don't actually have.
Okay.
They don't actually have a proper origin to the Joker.
I agree with that.
78
but-
years.
He's definitely not a character who should be in Gotham.
No.
Well, absolutely not. And neither Penguin. I don't think Penguin should
It's
be.
actually
included.
one of the original 5 massive families in Gotham. There's the Potts, there's the Waynes, there were the Elliots.
But they play him as a orphan, or not really orphan, but with a single mother, and he's just a guy who pretty much was a
Sucks a lot of dick to get somewhere.
Pretty much.
like a goody two shoes, a gopher. Yeah, and it's like
It's not that they shouldn't have had him, it's the whole story of how they went about him that was
Right.
the issue.
Like there's
And the worst part too is I thought he was the best thing about the show too.
Yeah.
there was a couple of things that I thought was cool about the show, like the way they introduced like the Scarecrow toxin, and like Scarecrow's dad working on that kind of toxin to begin with. But I agree with you. Like, if anything, the entire series should have just been about like him fighting the corruption in Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not having, all these different characters who are going to become villains. I mean, for God's sakes, they're talking about introducing the Batcave in the next movie. And I mean, Barbara Gordon as his wife or girlfriend.
Yeah, that was awkward right off the hop.
So even if they don't stay together, you're going to tell me that Jim Gordon's going to go meet some other broad, bang her, have a baby, and name her after his ex-girlfriend, who, mind you, is going to hang out with Jerome, who is the Joker in Gotham.
That's what they
Who is just some filthy ginger, and I say that as a ginger.
with the respect.
Yeah, who is also filthy.
Yeah, but was his wife's name not originally Barbara, his first wife?
No, it was
This is on you, Kelly, and you, Cody.
Pretty sure he had 2 wives, and the first one was Barbara.
No,
I think, no, he only had one wife.
that was Sarah.
Google that shit.
yeah.
Oh, I'm looking
I
at it
guess
right now. Yeah.
it's-
That's an interesting point, actually. And I mean,
Yeah,
maybe
Sarah
Gordon-
Essen Gordon.
That's his wife.
That's his wife.
I knew Sarah was his wife, but I didn't think he had another girlfriend. And it's like he said, like, why would you name your child after your actual lady?
Well, in year 1, he had.
Yeah, here's the 2. He has been married twice, to Barbara Keene Gordon and then to Sarah Essen Gordon.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's
You're highly overrating a man's input on naming a child.
Yeah.
You-
Have you watched this show? She's a crazy bitch.
exactly.
Yeah, she's a
so she
bitch.
has X
She's
to
an X,
say.
and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying this now before I say this next sentence. But she is a crazy lesbian who ends up cheating on him with her ex-girlfriend, and then leaves him, hangs out with the ex-girlfriend, and then breaks up with her, and then hangs out with children, and then she goes and hangs out with the Joker in the new one.
Oh, she's messed up.
That's a little.
Does she become Harley?
I
Oh,
guess,
God.
That
don't-
would be a twist.
Oh, my God. That'd be so retarded. Like,
I mean, the rest of the origins are kind of whatever. Like, they're messed up. But
Yeah.
so maybe that's Harley.
I could see that. I could actually see
I
that.
could see the
Did I just blow your minds?
fucking blew it.
like, I like the fact that they introduced Carmine Falcone because he was one of the big families in there because he's one of the biggest crime bosses.
Yep.
Yeah.
Roman Sionis wouldn't have been bad either. He was the Black Mask. He was another one.
Yeah.
One's fighting. Granted, he'd probably still be a little bit younger, but still.
Well, they could have had his family though.
Yeah,
Right?
the Sionis family because they own the steel mill.
Like there was a lot of potential, and not to mention the time frame that they represent this show in. Like
I didn't like that
Perfect.
at all.
they represent it in modern time when it should be back way before that.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah.
a
Well,
perfect
when-
opportunity to actually have a great series, and what they did is just botch it.
Yeah.
You know, like, what you could easily do is do No Man's Land. I don't know if you guys have ever watched that or seen it, anything like that.
I've read some of the comics.
So essentially what happens is there's a big, huge hurricane tornado that comes and knocks off Gotham from pretty much America. But kind of like connects off the bridges and stuff. So basically, Gotham's out there to survive on their own. So it's the Gotham team versus the gangs and stuff like that, and they all try to get their territory. Batman's nowhere to be found, right? So it's kind of leading into that kind of thing. But then there's, Oracle, Batgirl, Dick Grayson. There you go, Eric. There's a whole bunch of different plot twists with it, which could actually make it really, really potential. But then they give me Gotham, which is terrible.
Yeah.
Well, what year is Gotham supposed to be?
It should be probably in the 1960s.
Yeah, well, 70s.
And it's Jim Gordon?
Yeah, a young Jim Gordon.
Very young Jim Gordon.
But then what year is Batman?
Well, Batman would have probably been probably in the 90s, I would say.
Yeah, 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Late 80s for
Okay.
sure.
But even if they
Yeah.
did, even if they wanted to bring it to more a modern time, they should have at least done it in the 80s.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the Batman trilogy, the newest one, the Nolan trilogy, would easily be the current year.
Yeah, exactly. And
So that would mean that Jim Gordon is 60 or 70 years old in that.
Well, even if you look at like Batman versus Robin, like that's when Bruce Wayne's like well into his late 40s, probably early 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that's like the Dark Knight era.
yeah, and if you give that time frame, like it should have been. This should have been taken place like in the late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah.
And I just think they just botched it. Like for the opportunity that they had to really give people a chance to really enjoy watching Jim Gordon struggle to be, clean up the city before Batman shows up and really does it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Because, like, all you ever see for that story is, like, the quick 15 minutes at the start of, like, a Batman intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like Gordon is struggling really badly.
Yeah.
He's trying to fight corruption in the police force. He's trying to actually, like, put criminals away behind corrupt judges and all of that.
But this basically is, hey, what villain can we bring into the show next to make a cameo?
Yeah, and just to make sure that our rates stay up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The
So
part
that's
is
too
they're
bad.
staying up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you get a show that's like Constantine, which stays true to the actual comics,
Which is a great series.
and
Was.
it got
That
canceled.
was.
Which the main guy who played Constantine is coming to Arrow. He will be making a cameo in it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't.
Was exciting.
Isn't Netflix one to pick up Constantine?
There's no word yet on what's actually going to happen. Like, the original writer or the creator of the show has basically said like it's going to be like a really tough time trying to get someone to pick this up.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, I'd like to see maybe Sci-Fi grab it. I mean, in a perfect world, it would be Netflix that grabs it. But I mean, at this point, it's hard to say. It's it's just one of those things that unfortunately a good show got canceled that shouldn't have got canceled.
Oh,
And I,
Firefly.
just like Firefly.
and I understand why CW doesn't want to pick it up because I mean, it would conflict with Supernatural
Yeah.
because they have Supernatural and that show
You can't dismiss
It does
Supernatural
well.
for
it does
Constantine.
so well,
Well, it's on 11th
Yeah.
season.
and it has like and it's the cast that keeps that show going.
Yes.
Mhm.
The cast of 2.
No, three,
Four.
Three.
Sorry,
Four.
because
They killed Bobby. I don't care anymore.
yeah,
Bobby's somewhere around.
you have Misha.
I
You have
know.
Misha Collins playing Castiel.
Guys, yeah.
You've got
Yeah.
Crowley.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You've got Crowley, and I fucking love Crowley.
Probably
Oh,
I love
Crowley's
Crowley,
amazing.
Actually.
And then you have Jensen Ackles, and
Jared Padalecki.
that's it.
Yeah, but Jared
I'm
Padalecki
sad
is like,
ones for some reason.
Crowley has the second best version of hell I've ever seen.
oh yeah.
Where everyone just waits in a line forever. When
Forever.
you get to the front, you just go to the back.
Yeah.
The best hell ever.
Can
though,
you
was in
imagine?
The new DBs. Yeah, that was fucking awful.
Just suck.
Just sinister. And he just sits there. Yeah, everyone hates waiting in line. I love this.
Best hell ever.
Yeah. No, the worst hell ever was in the Resurrection of F, the new Dragon Ball Z movie. Frieza is tied to a tree in like a cocoon with so he can't move, he can't escape, he's just suspended there. And underneath him it's teddy bears singing and dancing and having fun and picnicking.
Oh my
And he just has to sit there and listen to it for eternity.
Oh god, I would just kill myself.
It was the funniest shit
Can't
ever.
move. You can't kill yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, Frieza's
stop
telling
breathing.
Goku this before they fight, and he's like, I'll never go back there.
Man,
And you're like, there's no way that's real, Frieza. And then it, like, cuts to him being there, his memories of it. It's just awful.
yeah,
That's
Yan
good.
Cat for all eternity.
Oh. Yen, 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 yen. Oh, that'd be awful.
I believe Krypton starts up this year too on Sci-Fi.
Oh, that's actually happening.
Krypton?
I was hoping that was a rumor.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a series based on Krypton before Superman.
Like Gotham.
It's another Gotham situation.
Oh, can you beat a dead dog?
Like
Like,
Joel
really?
and Zod.
Is it Crypto?
Is Crypto going to be there?
He might be.
Crypto the dog?
Crypto the dog makes a surprise appearance.
I
Is
don't know.
that the dog they're going to beat?
It's going to be another one where I wait and see and watch a couple episodes before I finally make it.
Episodes?
Maybe they'll do it justice where Gotham failed to do so.
Like a couple of
Probably not, though.
No, probably not.
Being
but I mean,
honest.
somehow Doomsday will show up and
In the first episode.
Maniac and
So, like, obviously
Dark
Zod will
Side.
be in it, but, like, who are they following?
probably Jarrell. So it's going to be another Jim Gordon thing. So just an opportunity for them to showcase all these villains from Krypton that.
Oh my god!
I think
I
he's
just
starting to
realized
push it a little bit far with all these. Like, Flash is good, Arrow's good, Vixen was a surprise, but would be good. Supergirl looks pretty good.
League Heroes of Tomorrow,
Thank you.
Here's tomorrow.
which looks really excellent. Although I'm still really confused on the whole Captain Cold being on there and Heatwave. The Rogues, we're heroes now. We're gonna fight through time. Good job.
yeah, whatever.
I mean, Adam's gonna get a little bit of a spotlight. You also have the new Teen Titans live action that's gonna be.
Oh yeah.
I don't know when that's supposed to air because they haven't really cast as who, so I don't think we're gonna see that till probably next year sometime.
No, it's gonna be 2016 or 17.
But I mean, that's a show I definitely would, be interested to see.
Yeah.
But there's lots out there that they want to do, but at the same time, it's like, okay, superheroes are good. You're starting to get a little old, though.
Yep.
What we need to do, and I can't believe you guys haven't brought this up yet, is they need to make one called New York, and it's the story of Uncle Ben.
Oh God,
watch it.
Jesus!
It is true. Imagine what for an entire season.
Does it follow how he built his rice empire?
You guys are going to hell.
Actually, you know what I'd like to see turned into TV series? I've said it before. I think Conan and Judge Dredd are two perfect candidates for TV shows.
I think
Not
Conan
Conan.
based too much
Conan?
on Kevin Sorbo's Hercules.
Conan could literally go into a Game of Thrones style or even Viking style TV show.
I guess if HBO picked them up.
Like that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Like HBO is the only one that could because of the amount of fucking tits that we were flopping around in Conan.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Like I finally picked up some of the comics and started reading through some of the adventures of Conan, and there's tons and tons of great content that they could use out there for TV series. Because it's not something you can just make a movie about.
No.
But does it grip you?
It does. I really enjoy it. Like it to the point where it made me want to go back and play The Witcher now.
But you really like that genre.
Right.
I love dark.
Yeah, it's a good genre. I'm not knocking it at all. I'm just saying, like, you're really into that, so it might not be the best. Like, they might have tried it with focus groups.
I think if they did it with like the style, like I said, of Vikings,
Yeah.
the TV series, they have huge opportunity to go with it because there is enough intrigue and shit going on that you could make strong, captivating stories into like hour-long episodes and make a few seasons of it. Now, given if they could get someone on board who could actually do it, because like the old Arnold Schwarzenegger Conan was great for the fact that it captured the universe decently.
Yeah.
The way they portrayed Conan was entirely wrong.
It was awful.
It was not how Conan was portrayed in the original books by Robert E. Howard.
No, I agree.
When they explain what Conan looks like, he looks more like Jason Momoa. And I'm
You and your Jason Momoa agenda.
Just
cool.
raging hard on for
I'm
him.
not trying to. I am a fan of the guy, but I mean his look.
I have his tattoo.
His look is like even like Judge Dredd. They could take Carl Urban and get him to take up the role as Dredd again.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I guess.
I actually would like to see more Judge Dredd.
they have two fantastic actors who fit the part that they could easily make great shows out of, and like both of them, like with Judge Dredd, you have the whole fact that he's a clone and his twin brother, the story that they did back in the day. They have the Judge Death storyline. So you have those two major ones that you can literally run through at least a couple seasons easy.
Yeah,
Not-
exactly.
Not to mention the countless other stories that are out there.
There's tons. Oh, there's tons.
That's like
That's like the Judge Dredd is in that like 1984 type of world,
Mhm.
and that is so cool. Like the Big Brother aspect and stuff like that, where like there's these overlords watching everything you do, like in Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's super cool.
Well, I mean, it's like
Blade Runner.
well, exactly, and like you have
Fucking Blade Runner.
so many people out there who like post-apocalyptic settings.
Oh yeah.
But how many TV shows have ever actually captured it?
Could we do a Fallout TV show?
Oh, absolutely, you could.
Oh God.
But the thing is like again, Fallout, you'd have to have the writers to get behind it, right?
Yeah.
Where you have Judge Dredd and Conan who have
source
years of source material that they can pick and choose from all the comics, the books, anything you want.
Don't give them the right to pick and choose, because then they'll like pick random weird shit
Well,
that you don't want to watch.
And that's what happened to the Judge Dredd movie.
Exactly.
It
started like the middle of the story arc.
It wasn't even a story arc. It was just here's some bad guys, go kill them, right?
Yeah.
And you know,
you have been judged.
They could have easily done like an origin story for him. Like that would have been a perfect chance to do it. Go ahead, Jared.
That's I mean, talking about stuff that'd be better for TV than movies. It's about where I'm sitting with The Witcher. Because like they did confirm they're doing a Witcher movie.
Yeah.
But like it'd be so much better as a TV show.
Absolutely.
Because I can see that.
There's so many plots. Like they literally have room for the filler episodes they need to fill up. Like they could do it in the style that like Supernatural's done it, right? You have your overarching storyline that could take up 4 or 5 seasons, but you can use his Witcher contracts as filler episodes here and there.
Oh, absolutely, to go find something to kill.
Yeah,
like
Yeah, that's what X-Files did with their Monster of the Week episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. X-Files is awesome.
Yeah, like there's so many things out there that they're just not taking a chance with.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with that though is maybe this is like a testing the waters of, because like the Legend of Zelda show that's coming out on Netflix. The Witcher getting a movie. This is all stuff that's testing the waters for can video games and comic books and stuff make big movies and big TV series.
Well, we've already seen comic books can.
Oh yeah,
in the right hands. You're right. Like you have the Uncharted movie. You have
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed movie.
Assassin's Creed. Well, they already
Still
have.
not sure what I think about either of those.
Well, Michael, I'm pretty excited for the Assassin's Creed just because Michael Fassbender's in it, and I really like him as
He's
an
a
actor.
good actor.
If it's good,
Jason Momoa.
Chris Pratt.
Hey man, I'd suck his dick for $1.
Wow, now we have 2 snippets of sound.
Wow.
Keep it up, Eric. We'll have a song soon enough.
You will always love it.
I will always, and I mean always, love dick. Thank you.
Dirty.
Wow.
Dirty.
I lost my train of thought. No, like that's cool to see like that all this stuff is getting movies and getting TV shows. You're right about Witcher. Like a movie wouldn't be a bad thing, but it's gonna be an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Well,
and they would have to do like a trilogy or a song.
Yeah, it's gonna be a succinct story, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be very quick, very to the point. It's not gonna go through like all the cool lore and stuff that's in The Witcher.
They would literally have to do a Lord of the Rings with just one game.
Yeah.
They would have to do Lord of the Rings for all 3 games.
Yeah.
3 movies per game, 2.5 to 3 hours long per map.
I think they could do it.
Absolutely, they could.
Just tell them fast forward.
At least an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Smaug shows up. Smaug gets arrowed.
We're gonna cash in on the quick cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like for The Witcher, it doesn't even have to follow Geralt.
Yeah.
Like there's like 5 or 6 different Witcher schools with like dozens of Witchers in each school.
Absolutely.
And
Let's just
They're gonna follow Geralt though, because
that's like That's like Dragon Age, right?
Yeah.
Like there's you as the Grey Wardens, but there's tons of Grey Wardens.
well, you got the Grey Wardens, then you got the Inquisitor, the Inquisition, and then you've got Hawk, who just hangs out, fucks around the city, doesn't let you explore anything.
I
like
just
that's the same idea.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I just really hope with the Witcher movie that they don't like just have like cameos of him coming back from quests and stuff like that, like hanging on to like a witch head and stuff like that. Like I just hope that doesn't happen, right? Like tell that
he comes
story.
in with the witch head, hands it, takes money, walks out the door.
Yeah, like really.
I think what they're planning on doing with the movies is I think they're just gonna base it off the games more so, which I think they should be based off the books instead. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's just more people are familiar with.
Yeah.
They're going to they're going to like the fan base, right? Wherever it is. Yeah.
and like it sucks because it'll kind of be like with Dread because the games kind of start in the middle of the story and everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Even the first Witcher game, you still don't get the full story of who he is, how he is there, and everything.
Yeah, there's no origin to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too bad that like you either risk alienating your fan base by like doing the books, which chances are people will like them, but if they don't, it's the death of that whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So, and I mean, if you do all this new story that people have never heard of because they've only played the game, they're like, well, what is this? This isn't how The Witcher starts.
Yeah.
Geralt starts off as a badass.
Yeah.
He was
Which he does in the first one. You start off by killing whatever that thing is. I can't remember what it's called.
born and bred as a badass, baby.
Yeah, and like that's not the actual origin of Geralt, right?
Yeah.
He starts off like anyone.
Just trying to survive.
A little bit of a pans.
You know, like, the only movie that's based on a video game that seems to be getting a big enough budget and they're taking enough time doing is the Warcraft movie.
Yeah.
And
I'm excited for it.
That movie looks sick.
It's gonna be so good.
the cast alone, as soon as they said the same guy who plays Ragnar Lothbrok in Vikings is in that movie, fucking raging hard on, take my money now.
Just
Yeah.
needs Jason Momoa, and then
Jason
Oh
Momoa.
my god.
Jason Momoa is Varian Rin.
this Jason Momoa is every character.
That's Eric's
of very-
fucking
No,
porno.
Johnny Depp is every character.
Speaking of Varian Rin, more information on Hearthstone. Holy fuck, is that card good? There's a 7/7 for 10 mana. Draw the top 3 cards of your deck. If they're minions, just throw them into play.
Jesus.
You're just like, yeah, that's a good balancing act right there.
God damn.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's my Hearthstone tangent. I fucking love that game.
Fuck. Every goddamn time.
Actually, every
What
goddamn.
do you like better, Hearthstone or Bloodstained?
Oh, definitely Bloodstained. You know how much money that made?
I'm going to...
$7 million, baby.
Oh my god.
Classic.
We'll never forget.
Got it.
Another game I'd like to see made into a movie would be like BioShock.
I think that'd be really dark, but yeah, it'd be.
Yeah.
Would you rather see the Infinity or would you see 1 and 2?
One
One
and
and
two.
With Rapture.
I would like to see. Honestly, I think it'd make a great trilogy. Like,
Yeah.
do Infinite with Columbia, and then you could segue into 1 and 2.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
probably make that work. Yeah.
I agree. And I think you do Infinity or Infinite. however you wanna say
Infinite,
it.
yeah,
Yeah. Because it has Elizabeth
yeah.
and Booker, who are very interesting characters. Where in number 1, like your character doesn't really have any substance.
Yeah.
Not really till the end.
Not really.
Yeah, exactly.
Did-
Like
One and-
Booker. Go ahead.
1 and 2 is more built on building a story in your
In the environment.
surroundings, yeah, in the environment. Whereas
No, and
Infinite
I
is
agree.
more story through the characters.
I agree entirely, and that's what I mean. That's why you start with Infinite, because then you have Booker and Elizabeth, and you have a cool.
You know, they wouldn't even have to do BioShock 2. Because
No, fuck that
no.
game.
BioShock 2, you're an old school Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Where BioShock 1, you could build a story from.
Oh,
Yeah.
easily.
Like,
Yeah.
because
No, I agree.
you have, like, the Infinite storyline, then you've got Buried at Sea, and then you can, move into BioShock as it is.
You,
And what they could do, they could make you Booker in Bioshock 1
Oh god.
as a twist.
Ooh.
they could even do a movie that was like before Rapture was what you see it in the game.
and how it became.
Yeah.
You could watch it fall.
You can watch the origins.
We could watch yeah,
We love those.
which I watched that second episode, really.
I love
You did?
origin stories, but only when you don't get them every 3 years like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Uncle Ben.
Oh my god.
His rice was
I
so
wonder what's
good.
going to happen to Uncle Ben.
Wonder how they'll kill him off this time.
Like, I seriously think they should just do like a little cameo of it. Just have like Peter Parker sitting on like a gargoyle or whatever have you, and then just move on.
Kind of do a Man of Steel where they kind of just like flip through it really quickly and then get to the main story.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
They just have stock footage that's like a minute long of Uncle Ben's story. They use it for everything.
Just use Andrew Garfield and everything in it. It's just...
It's just like it's like those automated calls from like politicians where it's like, "Hello, person from Regina." Use that for Uncle Ben.
Yeah, you were talking about Fear the Walking Dead, though, Eric.
Yeah, that second episode, holy fuck.
I really liked these two episodes.
It's phenomenal so far.
I
Like
saw Kim Dickens is in it.
Dick.
Yes.
Third one.
Sons of Anarchy, and she was in that Kevin Bacon film, 2004, Holland.
Okay, IMBD, calm down.
Hey! I can tell characters.
You can
Uh,
I can tell characters.
That's some good English.
I know.
What do you tell them?
It's
You teach me to football?
Very well.
oh my god, that's like the greatest thing about working at my store is because a lot of stuff is like made in China. All the instructions come with like the most broken English possible. Like the most broken English I've ever seen, and it is the best thing to read when you're having a bad day.
I better go read some instructions.
That's like if you take something in English, take it to Google Translate it to a different language, and then translate it back to English. It doesn't make any sense.
It's messed up.
But Fear the Walking Dead, I like that they're not rushing it.
Yeah.
Like it's very slow going for the actual outbreak to happen, but it's really cool how they're doing it because like literally it's happening, but no one's talking about it. Like the media's not saying anything about it. No one really knows what's actually going on. They just see cops shooting these unarmed individuals. Like in the last episode, there was a riot because cops shot a homeless man. Oh, the homeless man was a zombie.
Yeah.
But in their universe, and this is really interesting, in the Walking Dead universe, zombies don't exist.
Yeah.
Like there is no actual it's not like in our time where like you see zombie movies and stuff like that. There's none of that in that world. So that's why they refer to them as walkers and why no one really pegs it out to figure out what these things are.
Yeah.
So I thought that's a really cool element that they have.
And I really like it too because like with the 2 episodes so far, I find it to be much more frightening than The Walking Dead was.
Oh, really?
Because you're not just like it's not, and the terror doesn't come from the zombies. It comes from witnessing the social society breaking down. Is what's frightening.
Like there's only like a handful of people who actually understand what's going on. And you're watching like people who just go about their days and not realize what's actually happening, but then you'll see other people who are packing like jugs of water. Like there's a cop in one of the scenes, and he's just filling his trunk full of water.
Because he knows what's happening.
Exactly, right? And then you have they pull up to the house and their neighbor across the street is having like a birthday party for their kids. Yeah. And then you look, and then they pan over to their actual neighbor, and he's packing up his truck, but he's coughing and stuff. So it's just like, because what happens is there's just a bunch of people getting sick. That's all they know is there's some kind of flu or something going around and people are getting sick, but there's no mention of them dying or anything.
And
that's really good to see.
I love with those 2 neighbors too, because like you actually see those 2 neighbors again at the end, where she's taking down like the party decorations. And
you see him shambling across,
attacking her.
Yeah, and like the daughter who's like doesn't understand what's going on. All she cares about is like she's worried about her boyfriend who's really sick, which they showed that he had been bitten. And she's just watching, and she's like, he's attacking her. Like we need to help, and the mom's like, no, just stay inside. We can't help her.
Yeah,
just giving up on her already. Hey?
Well, because she's already dealt with 2 of these walkers.
Yeah.
That's a strange concept, but it sounds neat. Actually,
it's one of the best, and I've watched a lot of zombie movies, but it is one of the best introductions to a zombie outbreak that
It's the most realistic introduction to a zombie outbreak.
It's not like there's some parasitic thing that some stupid company decided to make.
Don't look at me.
Or it's not like World War Z where it's like, oh, bam, it happened.
Yeah.
Or anything like that.
With almost all zombies.
Pretty much.
Right? It's there, and you're like, oh, it's in my face.
The only one that came close to like an introduction to it was Diary of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead?
Shaun of the Dead.
Winchester for a pint.
Wait for all of this to blow over.
Sorry, Philip. Sorry.
A wrench that they threw into Fear the Walking Dead, which I'm very interested to see how it develops, is one of the main characters is a drug addict.
Yeah.
Right? And so I'm interested to see how his story develops, where he's trying to deal with, like, relapsing from getting off
In
of
about
drugs
7 days.
while dealing with these zombies.
Well, I think that's how the opening of the first episode is. You meet this kid right off the bat, and he's in this abandoned church, all coming down from taking heroin.
Yeah.
And then it goes into the whole Resident Evil 1 kind of opening where he finds his girlfriend nomming someone's face, and she does the fateful...
Well, you did that pretty good.
And then it's like a little bitch.
And then he's not sure if it's, like, what he actually saw or if he's hallucinating from...
The heroin.
Yeah.
From the heroin.
The heroin. And then he gets hit by a car.
Nailed it.
But yeah, no, it's a great series, and like I said, it's got a great potential. And so far, the way it started out, I am really excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, that's cool. Because I was really I'm not gonna say disappointed, but by the end of the season 4 of Walking Dead, I was just like, okay, this is kind of dragging out, kind of thing. So
The midpoint of 3, all of 4, and the first half of 5 was awful.
Yeah. And I mean, it comes down to them having to use. They have to rely so heavily on source material.
Yeah.
Where Fear the Walking Dead, you don't have that source material anymore.
It's just
It doesn't help that in 3 seasons they had 4 producers too.
Yeah, and I mean, that's not saying that they don't have that. It couldn't go off the tracks and go completely wrong. But they also have an opportunity now to take it down a straight and narrow road where they have the same guy working on it.
Yeah.
And they can build it better.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to have fans going, well, that wasn't the way it was in the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and like you said, having the same guy working on, like, Scott Gimple's now getting into his third year or second year with it, second full season with it.
Yeah.
So now he's already, like, working towards, cleaning up what the other 4 producers before him did.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
And yeah, no, it's definitely a show I'd recommend watching if you're a fan. If you want something, can't say it's fresh because it's just more zombies, but it's one of the better takes I've seen on a zombie outbreak, next to Z Nation.
Z Nation was interesting.
Z Nation's one of those movies TV series it doesn't take itself serious.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't.
But it does.
No.
Those are good.
But it does a way cooler job of introducing. Like, it's more of like almost like a Fallout-esque zombie TV series.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because there's like all kinds of society's still alive and thriving, and there's all these different little outposts and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But you have the zombies to deal with, and it's got that quirky kind of humor that you find in the Fallout games.
Yeah.
Zombie bear.
Like, I watched that and I was like, I need to play Fallout right now.
And instead of bottle caps, their currency is just drugs.
Yeah.
just
straight drugs.
why not? Because we can.
Well, they have there's a wandering trader in the show. They just wander around in this truck. They stop at villages, sell weapons, get back in their truck, and drive away.
Yeah,
It's like those wandering merchants you see in RPGs. And it's like the world's going to shit around them, and they got their backpack and walking
Got
down
the
the
top
road.
hat on too.
Yeah.
It's like a turn.
They just don't give a shit, right? As long as they get their extra coin.
And then you
Come
go
here,
and
sir,
buy
I'll
something
trade
from
you.
them, and they have nothing worth anything and like 50 gold, so you can't even sell anything to them.
Yeah, no.
Like
And they know it's at a time where you need to get the extra potions, so they just jack up the prices too.
Yeah.
The bastards.
like even in the first episode, they have a zombie baby
Well,
that just destroys like the first main character you meet.
and it was a military man.
Just wrecks his day. He goes in there like a badass. I'll deal with it, and just gets fucked right up.
Slaughtered.
The Zombie Baby and Dawn of the Dead remake was frightening.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah. This one was a little unnerving itself,
Yes.
but in a comical way. Plus, it's got DJ Qualls in it.
And no one takes them seriously.
But yeah, I mean, if you want something that's a little quirky, you should watch it. The next season starts up right away, so.
It was surprisingly a good show for the different way they went with it.
I'm glad to see. I personally don't like it that much, But I'm glad to see that it's actually got a fan base behind it, and that they have a season 2. Because like I think the first 3 or 4 episodes were rated like a 4 out of 10
Oh,
on like everywhere.
the first 4 episodes were a little tough to get through,
Yeah.
but once you get past them, you see the what comes out of it. Like it's just such a different take on the whole thing. It's not, like most zombie shows where it's like all depressing, the world's gone to shit, there's next to no survivors, everyone they meet there's trying to kill them. It's got its own quirkiness to it that I really enjoyed.
Not to mention the fact that the zombies are coming at you full tilt. They ain't just shuffling slowly and reaching out for you. They're sprinting at you.
Yeah.
When you got something that wants to tear your face off running at you, you panic.
Yeah.
Fast zombies are much scarier.
Yeah.
28 days later.
Oh my god.
Fuck those zombies.
Scariest fucking zombies out there.
Well, like they run forever because they don't get tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the case. If you don't swing at them when they come full tilt at you and just crack their skull, you're pretty much done for.
It's too bad
First person shooter, boys.
it's too bad we didn't get the other 2 movies in that series, because they were going to do 28 months later and then 28 years later.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting.
But it is what it is.
Did 28 weeks later just not have the ratings? Or
I don't think it did.
28
Yeah.
years later,
It's kind of
the apocalypse happens.
Well, that's what it was. Like the 28 years later was going to be the entire Earth.
Apocalypse number 2.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But
The zombies are running from bigger zombies.
that's all the time.
Alien zombies.
Before we go though, Eric.
Yes.
Jared, do you have a question to ask everyone, or do I? Because if you don't, I do.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. No.
You're the worst. What's everyone's favorite video game or whatever comic book movie character? Starting with our guest jockey, Mr. Hart.
Just
Oh, that's
what a question.
Hey, when you said favorite character.
Yeah, it's wide open, baby.
Yeah, that's the hard part. I've played a number of games, maybe not as much as you guys, but
Cody, I'm gonna tell you right now. There's a minute 30. Yeah.
try again.
Wow, good work. A minute and 30 seconds left to decide.
All right. Well, if I have to make an extreme moment, I'm gonna have to go with Dante from the Dante's Inferno.
Devil May Cry. Oh.
Just fucking threw it.
Next.
That's only because I actually like the real story behind it. I like
Yeah.
Dante Alighieri's version of hell.
That's cool, actually. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Kelly.
Eric.
I knew you're
No,
coming to me
Eric.
next here.
I'm done with this one for a minute.
Oh,
It's a
shit.
tough one. I hate
Good.
uh,
Embrace the hatred.
I'm gonna have to say my favorite character of all time is I gotta give it up to Joker. Joker is just that unique character. He's just everything that I've never read a comic where I didn't have a Joker scene and I'm just like, eh. It just to me it's just they're always stellar, they're always
Movies and
great.
games
So
That's fair, actually.
and comics.
Anything. Literally
I'm
anything.
surprised Batman or Joker wasn't yours.
It was up there, but that's to be expected.
but yeah. As game I gotta give it up to my boy Waka. FF10.
Waka.
Waka.
Jared.
I guess mine. My favorite character is not from a comic or a game or anything, but Norman Bates from Psycho.
There you go.
That's from a movie, though.
Yeah,
And technically
Yeah.
a TV
That's
series.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. I'm more so referring the Anthony Perkins Bates, but
That's fair.
yeah. I mean, I just like he was a very early glimpse to like that double-sided character who's loopy, right? Which he kind of reminds me of very early stages of Joker, kind of.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Shit.
Don't worry, Eric. You take your time because despite me having asked the question,
I don't know.
He has the question, so he can be
Oh,
like,
but I love so many things.
there are so many things to love.
well, first off, we already know what Eric's is. I don't know why we even asked. He's been brought up several times this podcast.
Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
Who was in Arkham Knight?
Jason Momoa.
He's playing Dick Grayson. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Jason Dick Momoa Grayson.
The owner would explode.
I would become a woman.
Yep.
Just for that night.
They're just
And it'd be worth it.
big happy hole. Actually, I gotta say, fuck, that's a tough one.
It really is a tough
That's a
one.
really
isn't it?
tough one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it down for Tiggs from Sons of Anarchy.
Ooh, that's
Ooh.
That's pretty good too.
I just liked the way he was in the show. He was just
fucked up.
that little bit of crazy, but at the same time, he was also there for everyone.
He's such a good actor too.
He is. It's tough because I also really like Chibs, but Tiggs was one of my favorite out of all of them.
Plus, Kim Coates is Saskatchewan born.
Yeah,
And he's an amazing dude. Like, talking to him, great guy.
yeah, I'd love to meet him. I really wish I would have known about Fan Expos in Saskatoon.
I was
before.
literally this close to meeting him in 2013. This close, he was a surprise guest.
That close to touching his hand.
But as far if we're talking video games, hands down will be Mega Man.
Mega Man.
Okay.
So relevant in the 90s.
True.
Yeah.
But fun memories.
I also love Mega Man, so I fully
It's
understand.
on you, Frodo.
I'm just gonna do video games because fuck the rest of that nonsense. I just opened it up so you guys would have that option.
Just to ruin our lives.
Yeah.
That
I'll
just
go with,
changes my whole answer then.
Yeah, everything's out the window. No, I'd probably go with either just Ness for like a cool character, because it's Ness from Earthbound.
Yeah.
And no one knows who he is apparently.
No, I do. I know Earthbound quite well.
Yeah. Or what was it? I just
Little
had it
douchebag in
in my
Smash Bros
brain.
that like floats around when he jumps and shoots little fireballs.
Oh, okay.
He's not from Smash Bros.
That clown.
He has a baseball bat.
Yeah, no, he's played Smash Bros. It's,
Oh, okay.
he's gonna know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wears the ball cap. Flaky.
Chrono?
Gay.
Or
Yeah, Chrono's be up there, but actually it's Link.
yeah.
You know what?
It's just gonna be Link.
I'm officially
The guy
changed
who
my
never
answer.
says anything ever.
I'm officially changed my answer to Ric Flair then, because he is in the WWE video games.
Boy.
Wow.
You know what would have been a better choice for me?
Huh.
Albert Wesker, Resident Evil 5.
Get out.
No! I'm not speaking ill of Resident
Yeah.
Evil.
Yeah, I probably should have, opened up the intro part of this so that you guys could have time to think about it subconsciously. But you know what? Fucking on the spot.
Whatever. Anyways, that's all the time we got. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Game Jockeys and Facebook. My name's Eric. I'm here with Tyler,
Yay!
Kelly,
Hey!
Jared, and the guest jockey for the night, Mr. Cody Hart himself. We'll see you next time.